So this is a bit more information about when it might be a separation anxiety disorder. So if it is a concern, and it might be a separation anxiety disorder. So as mentioned, many children experience periods of separation anxiety during their toddlers or preschool years, and it can often be linked. It's not uncommon for it to be linked to new events, such as going maybe from nursery to school, or stressful situations potentially at home. But for some children, if separation anxiety persists, even if the different strategies are being used, if it's not getting any better, and if it persists for weeks or even extends into months or even years in some cases, these may be the children that belong to the percentage of children, a very small percentage of children who develop anxiety disorders. So separation anxiety disorder is typically diagnosed when children display one or more of the following behaviours persistently for 4 weeks or longer. So it has to be kind of like persistently ongoing, everyday, frequent sort of thing. So it could be intense distress when away from parents or loved ones. So as we mentioned, intense distress might be being really clingy, really crying, really struggling to focus or settle down or do any task, because they're just constantly worried. They may be excessively worried about the safety of loved ones. They may want constant reassurance that they're okay. They want constant reassurance that they're coming back. They may actually really worry about their own personal safety as well. In some cases, they're not familiar with the environment, so they don't feel safe. They might worry that something might hurt them or harm them in some way. They may have difficulty leaving the house, which also includes going to school, but also, doing, if you've got to run some errands and take your children with you, they don't want to go, they fear of leaving the house. That could be a potential sign. But like I say, it's got to be persistent for 4 weeks or more. If that's happening, that's when you really need to seek medical professional help. Sleep difficulties are not necessarily uncommon for some children. Some children do have sleep difficulties, but again, if it's persistent, or if they're showing that they're experiencing physical symptoms of illness when they're away from loved ones. So, you take them to school, on the way to school, they're saying they've got a stomach ache or a headache, or in some cases they might be vomiting. I used to work with a young girl who, when she felt really anxious, she would literally faint. Like she would get that I don't want to go into detail here now, but it's about the autonomic nervous system. For her, when she was really heightened in anxiety and really worried, she would literally pass out. So every child's symptoms will be different, but if there's if you observe any of these symptoms in your child, it's advisable to speak to your doctor, or they may then potentially refer on to a pediatrician or a psychologist. But these professionals can evaluate and assess whether your child has had any traumatic experiences that may be triggering their anxiety, and they can then discuss therapies or any other help that you may be able to implement, or they may be able to actually support with as well, so that your child can develop strategies to support, to help to kind of, I suppose, alleviate their fear of the unknown or fear of being separated. But like I say, if you notice it's going on persistently for a long period of time, so about a month or so, definitely seek help or support from a professional. Usually the GP, so your doctor, is usually the first point of contact. It might be different in different countries, but I know in the UK our first point of contact is the GP, who then can refer to other services for help. But you're not on your own. That's the thing, is you're not on your own. There is help available.